Are you an Indigenous entrepreneur wanting to build a strong brand for your business? If you've been feeling stuck about branding your business, then this video is for you. Hi there, I'm Mallory, Indigenous entrepreneur, marketer, and business coach. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for new videos created specifically for anyone who's an Indigenous entrepreneur, ally, or tribal organization. You probably already know that Native-owned or Indigenous businesses are very different from any other business out there. And when it comes to marketing and branding, developing an Indigenous business strategy that caters specifically to the uniqueness and brand attributes Indigenous people have is so very important to any Indigenous business who wants to stand out. And I know this firsthand. At Tribal Trade Co., we have grown our online community to over 40,000 email subscribers, 20,000 on YouTube, and over 100,000 across social media platforms. Outside of being the creator of Tribal Trade, I've also been very fortunate to have worked with several other Indigenous businesses and organizations to help them create marketing that works. So I cannot wait to show you this 3-step system for building an Indigenous brand for your business or organization. Let's get into it. Step number 1. The first step for building an Indigenous or tribal brand is to first reflect on why you want to build an Indigenous brand. This is an important step. So before you make any moves, you have to make sure that you're in it for the right reasons. A good foundation for your Indigenous branding is how you can ensure the longevity of your business, along with placing a priority on your values. It's also necessary to ask yourself why it's important for you to build an Indigenous brand. What is it about doing so that is propelling you forward in business? Are you Indigenous? If so, what is it about the culture that you're wanting to share? If you're not Indigenous, it's even more necessary to ask yourself why creating an Indigenous brand is something that you want to reflect. This is a space for non-Indigenous people to learn, but probably not take the floor. If you're not Indigenous, ask yourself, are you trying to capitalize on the culture, on the community, or what is your intention there? If you are Indigenous, in what ways are you trying to connect with Indigenous partners or customers? How does it make you feel? And why is it your goal? What is it about that Indigenous connection that matters to you the most? By creating an Indigenous brand, are you trying to show more of your Indigenous identity? And how does that make you feel? What tribe are you a part of? And how do you identify? Understanding your why for anything that you're doing is so important in life, but even more important for if you're trying to be successful in business and create a life around something that you're passionate about. You always want to ask yourself why the intent is there. If you're trying to represent your own Indigenous identity, but you're not sure exactly how to do it, then that's perfectly fine, and you can move on to step number 2, because if you know that you just want to really express yourself more with your Indigenous identity and you can't quite put your finger on the reasoning behind that, but you know that it in your gut that it's what is right for you and what you want to do, then that's totally okay. Now on to step number 2. The second step involves a lot of self-evaluation. Ask yourself, what does your Indigenous identity mean to you? And what about it do you want to share with the general public? Inevitably, your Indigenous identity will shine through in your branding. And this is something that you want to happen. In order for this to happen authentically, you have to start by asking yourself some tough questions about your identity. What do you know about it? And how do you feel about it in general? Knowing these answers about yourself can lead to you not only to know more about yourself and know yourself better, it can also help you to come across as more genuine, and it will help your audience get to know certain aspects of themselves better too, by understanding themselves through you. Was there something that inspired you to get started in the direction of Indigenous branding? What made you want to spread your message to the world? If you don't know a lot about your own Indigenous identity, but you know you want your business branding to reflect Indigenous identity, that is okay too. If your answer to the question of you don't know a heck of a lot, that's okay, and you can absolutely reflect that truth in your business brand. You will more than likely connect with customers and audience members that are in the exact same place that you are. So if you're someone who wants to express your Indigenous identity, but you don't actually know a ton about it, be truthful to that. Be honest with yourself, be honest with your audience, and you will definitely find the people in the community that are at the same place that you are. And on to the last step. The third and final question you want to ask yourself before you get started. Step number 3. The last question you should ask yourself before getting started on your Indigenous marketing and branding is thinking about the audience. Who is it that you're trying to reach? What demographic and group are you wanting to help with your marketing? Are you targeting the Indigenous community specifically, or are you gearing your message toward Indigenous allies? Or maybe both. Why is it that you want to market to these people? What is your goal in spreading your message to them? As soon as you have the answers to these questions, you can better dispel your message in a true, authentic way that matters not only to your audience, but to yourself as well. Identifying who you want your audience to be and who you want to connect with also says a lot about you as a person, as a business owner, and as a brand. It will reflect like a mirror. Exactly who you want to attract is who you will resemble in yourself. That's all branding really is. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions for me, please drop them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, guys.